Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is kale potato sabzi. Sabzi is the word for a generic North Indian vegetable saute, and the texture can depend, but the one I've got here has a real wonderful cozy squidginess about it. And I love putting kale to use because kale, if you ask me, normally tastes of grass. So it goes really well with spices and of course potatoes, so comforting. If you like the sound of this, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, tell all your friends about me so you can support my channel and help it grow and also support my work. And if that sounds good, let's get cooking. I'm using 2 peeled potatoes for this. They're quite large. I like to cut my potatoes into largish chunks, and that's because I don't want them falling apart too much when they're being cooked with the kale. So you can see here. Now, a note about kale. I think kale tastes of grass, frankly. So spicing it is always quite important on my agenda. I'm using a bag of washed kale here, but if I'm honest with you, I'm going to give it another little wash under a cold running tap. You don't have to do this. Also, if you're cooking on a very high heat, you should be okay, but I just like to be on the safe side. Now, you could take the hard stalks off, but I've left them in here because they add crunch. 2 fat cloves of garlic are also used for this. Smashing them with the blunt side of a knife helps get the skin, the peel of the garlic much more easily. So there's a little tip from me. And then I'm just going to slice it up into slivers. So you've got 2 cloves ready to go in your dish. That really is all the prep that this dish needs, which makes it so versatile and easy. So in a pan, I'm going to sizzle about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And then to that, I'm going to add the 2 fat cloves of garlic, sliced, and saute that together until it takes on a little bit of color. Then in go the cubed potatoes. So I like sealing the potatoes first by sauteing them in the spices. So the spices, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of coriander seeds. Now, I'm going to crush this quite gently so they add a bit of texture in the dish. The softness of the potato, then you've got the kale, and then the crunch of the coriander to go with it. So I'm going to be quite generous here, going with about 3 teaspoons of that crushed coriander. You can save the rest for later if you have extra. Then added to that is about a teaspoon each of turmeric and chili powder. Those are generous teaspoons, by the way. Now you want to mix that into the potatoes as they are frying off in the oil. So they are nicely incorporated and the potato just grabs all that flavor. Time to add salt now too. Salt, obviously, you want it to really adhere to the potatoes and give them flavor and taste. So now is a good time to add them. Now, you do need to cook the potatoes down, so you want them nearly ready to go. You'll see how the spices are really kind of catching the potatoes. Now add a little splash of potato and mix them nicely, and then we stir it out with the potatoes. And then the thing to do is to stick the lid on and leave it for about 7 to 10 minutes to cook. And you'll see the water evaporates. You might need to lift the lid off and give it a stir in between. A fork should be able to go into the potatoes with ease. So you see how it just falls apart there. And then you're pretty much ready to go. So you don't want them, you still want them holding shape. You just want them cooked, like almost cooked. Now the kale goes in. So that's all the washed kale. You'll see it kind of spills over the pan. It doesn't look like it will fit, but trust me, it will. So in that goes. As you mix that in, it's going to reduce in quantity and mix with those lovely spices until it looks something like this. All that kale became this tiny amount. I told you it would happen. But what should happen here is the kale will have taken on the spices, the potatoes, and now I go in with chaat masala. You can also use Amchur or mango powder. So that will finish the dish off by adding an element of tang. You can also taste it for salt now, but just look how gorgeous that is. This is great on a thali or just separately tucked into flatbreads. I'm going to give it a quick taste and tell you what I think. And that's really, really cozy and comforting, just as it looks. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please do like, share, subscribe, and see you for the next one.